And welcome to another episode of F1 Manager 24. Today we are doing Season 3, Round 6 at Qatar. Yeah, let's head to the inbox. What's in the inbox? Training schedule for the pit crew. Let's add a bit of pit stop drill. A bit of gym training. Yeah, that'll do. Weekend. Let's see what our race targets are first. I'm not confident enough. I'm going to go 4th and 3rd.
Our calendar brings us to the Middle East this weekend for the Qatar Grand Prix. Lusail International Circuit is a speed demon, fast and flowing with a long main straight, one that's sure to see plenty of overtaking action. Lewis Hamilton marked the previous race with yet another win and proved that he still has the tenacity to succeed in this sport. Sit tight then for the rest of the action.
So that is the end of FP1, and the final order was Verstappen, Antonelli, Behrman, Mini, Barnard, Ricciardo, Suzuka, Gasly, Tozol, and Hulkenberg. I swear they put the hardest names to pronounce in here. But yeah, Red Bull looked quick. Although we did quite a few laps on the softs. We did 34 laps on the softs compared to their 22, so we must be getting a little bit more knowledge than them. But let's head into FP2. So that is the end of FP2, and the final results are Piastri, Verstappen, Behrman, Antonelli, Hamilton, Hadjar, Russell, Sargent, Norris and Alonso. It's weird how Alonso can be so good, but Leclerc hasn't even scored a point this season. And it's nice to see the two Mercedes up there, but they won't be there for race day, although I'm pretty sure they had a strong race last time out. And Isaac Hadjar quick for Haas. Let's see where Haas's pace is. And that is the end of FP3, where the results were Hamilton, Russell, Behrman, Norris, Antonelli, Bottas, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Albon and Piastri were top 10. Verstappen's pretty low compared to normal. I know it's only practice, but yeah, that's pretty low for Verstappen. He was on mediums, to be fair. But saying that, we were on hards and topped the timings with one quick lap, so who knows. But yeah, 100% driver preparations for both drivers. Lewis needs to get a bit more track acclimatization, a bit more car parts knowledge. But other than that, we are ready for qualifying. Let's go.
Our weekend continues with qualifying as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
At Losail, the key factor in qualifying is timing. Track evolution is huge at this circuit in the desert, and drivers need the optimum track conditions as much as the best car setup to get a good qualifying result.
In terms of George Russell and his form, Karun, how's he going to be feeling, do you imagine?
Well, neither teammate has really managed to score well so far. Perhaps picking up a few points this weekend would spur on a bit of healthy rivalry.
Fortunately for us, it's nearly time for them to hit the track.
Ow. So starting our first flying lap in Q1 with soft tyres on both drivers, we've actually got a pretty clear track. Lewis might have a little bit of traffic with this V-carb, is that? Yep. No, we managed to get past him. But yeah, Behrman's currently leading the field. Verstappen has done a lap and it's 2.4 seconds off. Okay. Weird. Maybe there was a yellow. 27.0 for Russell. 26.6 for Hamilton. 0.3 quicker. My. Hamilton has got a much more upgraded car. He's got a much better upgrade package, which George should have over probably the next two races, I'd say. Possibly by next races. 29.4 and 29.1. So Lewis is really, really quick at this lap. Coming up towards the line. What was it going to be for George Russell? Goes P5 so behind Albon. P5. Hamilton goes P1 by 0.4 of a second.
Box this lap.
7.5 tenths quicker than his teammate. If Max gets knocked out in Q1, that'd be glorious. He's just put a lap in for 10. That was too close. Oh, that's so annoying. Right, so the final Q1 results are as follows. Hamilton, Behrman, Piastri, Alonso, Ricciardo, Norris, Antonelli, Albon, Russell, Leclerc, Bottas, Bortoleto, Perez, Logan Sargent, Yuki Tsunoda and Max Verstappen surviving by just over a tenth. That was so annoying. Imagine if he got knocked out in Q1. Imagine if he gets knocked out in Q2. That would still be really, really good for us. And out in Q1 was Ocon, Hulkenberg, Hadjar, Lawson, Gasly and Stroll. Really, really annoying to see these two Haskars out because they looked really good in practice. Starting our first flying lap in Q2, 6 minutes to go, and no one on the track anywhere near us, which is exactly what we like to see. Both of them very high in confidence, which is weird because Lewis was peaking confidence last session. He is still on the border, so I reckon the last two sectors for Lewis will be with peak confidence. George Russell does a 26.8 in the first sector, Lewis does a 26.5. Wow. Lewis just seems to have it over Russell this weekend, which is weird because Russell's got the better setup. But Lewis has a much better upgrade package, like we said, actually, to be fair. Bortoleto P3. Max is comfortably top this session, so it doesn't look like his woes from Q1 are being carried over. George actually sets the purple second sector, though, which is interesting. Coming up towards the line. What is it for Russell? Goes top with a 24.0. Hamilton replaces him with a 23.7. Nice. So that is the end of Q2, and the final results are Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Perez and Bottas double top 5. Nice to see. Then Piastri, Norris, Ricciardo, Sargent and Charles Leclerc. Out in Q2 is Ollie Behrman with a big shock. Gabriel Bortoleto. Fernando Alonso is always normally out in Q2. I don't get why, because he normally storms through the field. Albon, Tsunoda and Antonelli with the others out as well. So Antonelli also having a bit of a shocker about that. So starting our first flying lap in Q3, I'm not expecting any miracles from this because we've used this set in Q1 and Q2 and now Q3, so they are quite worn. It will allow us a fresh set of softs for the race, which is good in case of a safety car or red flag or anything. So yeah, that's really what I'm saving them for. It's a purple first sector for Lewis, but he is the first one to set first sector. It's a 27.0. And Russell's going to come through that sector now, and it is a 26.7 for Russell. So Russell 3/10 up on his teammate Lewis Hamilton, who's now doing a 29.7. And also getting blocked by, a Mercedes and McLaren, but they just sort of let him through, sort of. Russell's purple and purple, so it looks like Lewis isn't going to be as quick as his teammate George Russell. Lewis does a 25.5, which I'm pretty sure he did a 23.7 in Q3, so Q2, so that's not great. Russell does a 24.4, so there we go. 10, all 6. 5, 4, 3. Oh, Lewis gets over the line with about 2 seconds to spare. So yeah, they're now both starting their final lap. Their tyres are cold though, so that's a bit of a shame. I think they're just now warming up. Russell does a 26.6. Lewis does a 26.7. So they're getting there. The tyres are now warm. Now warm for Lewis. They've done basically 2 sectors on cold tyres. It's currently Verstappen, Leclerc, Piastri. Hamilton's currently P10, it's 29.1 for Russell and a 29.1 for Lewis. That's a shocking second sector, I feel. But yeah, Russell's now coming up towards the line. What is it going to be? He goes P1. It's pole for Russell and P3 for Lewis Hamilton. Should have really been P1 and P2 if I was actually paying attention, but I'll take P1 and P3. So yeah, it's currently the final results in Q3 were Russell, Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri, Sargent, Norris, Bottas, Ricciardo and Perez. Leclerc will like that because he's scored no points all season and now he's in 4th in qualifying, but let's head in to race day.
Here on the outskirts of Doha, the teams are preparing for the 57 laps of this evening's race.
Formula One first came to Qatar in 2021. Lewis Hamilton managed to pick up the victory and in doing so claimed Losail as his 30th different Grand Prix winning circuit.
As a desert track, Losail is dusty and challenging. grip levels are crucial and can change throughout a race weekend or even during a single session. The unique layout demands the highest possible downforce despite being a relatively open track. Well, there's nothing quite like it. Welcome along to race day. Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. And there's no doubting that Lance Stroll is prepared to put in the hard work.
There's no hiding from the fact that this is going to be a difficult one. P22 and a strong field that won't want to yield.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. We're about to get going here in Qatar. And it's lights out and away we go.
Lots of drivers on softs. I knew I'd forgotten something. Hamilton's straight up into P2 apparently. Aggressive, attack, push, deploy. Go high, overtake, aggression, high, overtake, aggression. So lights out and away we go. Hamilton's straight up into P2. It's a 1-2 for the team. Yeah, lots of soft, a lot of strategy, lots of softs, lots of mediums, lots of hards. Red Bull have gone for mediums with Behm and softs with Verstappen. Here we go, Lewis on George, down and towards turn 1. Verstappen sets fastest lap somehow. Yeah, Lewis is now in front of George Russell. Oh no, Piastri's still here. Just praying that they don't. Okay, he just waltzed around his outside, that's cool. Should have a lot of it. Here we go, Russell and Oscar Piastri on lap 14. Alonso comes into the pits. Around the outside goes Russell. And I think he's instantly got that 1 second gap. Yes, he has. So let's stop pushing the fuel. Right, Lewis comes into the pits on lap 15. George going to stay out and take the lead. Piastri, Verstappen, Norris all stay out as well. 2 second pit stop for Lewis. Yeah, he's going to be out comfortably in P5. Yeah, comfortably. What's a pit stop take then? Piastri and Verstappen do come in. That's what I thought would happen. Just 1 lap later than what I thought. And Norris is going to come in. How did McLaren manage the stack stop? Should be okay, you know. Yeah, that's more than okay. Hards for Norris. Mediums for Verstappen, mediums for Piastri. Russell comes into the pits on lap 21 and he should be in front of Piastri. According to that, Verstappen and Piastri did sort of pull away a little bit, but on to mediums, 2 second stop. Russell's first stint went very well, he should be out. Oh, that's going to be tight. I think he's going to be out just in front of Piastri. Oh, nearly in front of Verstappen there. There we go, and Russell is now in front of Max Verstappen and up into P2. So Lewis Hamilton now coming into the pits on lap 30 for his 3rd set of the medium tyres. Should be out just in front of Verstappen, a little bit behind Russell, so that's going to be interesting to see how that works out in the final stint, or even this stint really, because what's Russell pitting on? Lap 42. So Hamilton has 11 laps to catch him, and then they'll be in the same race, and he's only 4.3 seconds back. And Hamilton now takes the race lead up into P1. And Norris has got a bad fault. He's got an orange fault, which means that could go at some point. I don't know why that kicks Albert so just letting us through or something maybe. George Russell comes into the pits on lap, I don't know, but there's 15 laps to go, so mathematics. 2 second stop again, onto a set of softs, and I'm hoping he'll be out in front of Max, or if so in close proximity to him. Oh, that's going to be tight. No, he's out in front, and Verstappen's got lap traffic, so while he's got lap traffic, let's try and go.
There's been a hold up.
Oh, Alonso's had a pit stop issue.
The Ferrari pit crew already. The rear right won't go on.
Right, in comes Lewis Hamilton. 2 seconds stop again. Nice. That's 2 second. Doesn't look like it's going to be that way. What it does look like it's going to be is equal points in the championship. Lewis Hamilton crosses the line. First fastest lap and the race win. First place with the fastest lap. Led most of the laps apart from a few in after the first pit stop.
Thank you so much.
And it's fastest lap on the last lap for George Russell. He does take it with a 27.0. So it's P1 and P2.
P2.
No one was anywhere near us today.
Karun, what a brilliant drive we just witnessed there.
An inspired strategy from the team there. What a well-deserved win that was.
Pure elation there as the driver regroups with a team that worked so hard to see this moment. And Lewis Hamilton takes to the podium once more, adding yet another trophy to his legacy.
And that's excellent, seeing both the team's drivers up there on the podium together.
And that picture right there brings together the podium finishers for the Qatar Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
So then, our time in Losail is now up.
Next time, the teams will be racing through the streets of another city. Join us in Baku on the shores of the Caspian Sea for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
So that was an incredible race, utterly dominated by Lewis Hamilton. And yeah, last season we utterly dominated this race and it was Perez that won it. This time it's Hamilton. You know, so far it's been 2 wins Russell, 2 wins Verstappen, 2 wins Hamilton. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who wins next time out. Maybe it's 2 wins for Behrman on the cards. But yeah, the final race top 10 was Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Piastri, Alonso, Antonelli, Ricciardo, Norris, Behrman and Leclerc. So as if Leclerc started 4th and finished 10th while his teammate started 13th and finished 5th. Wow, Leclerc's got no racecraft, man, in this game anyway. But yeah, it's 119, 119. I don't know how they're deciding who's on top. I'm assuming it's based on most P2s, but Verstappen's not far behind. What's that, 14, 15 points? 16 points. Behrman is really far off after his poor result. So yeah, it's looking like it's going to be these 3, Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen for the title. Yeah, we are comfortably on top of the championship. And in the pit stop championship, we got 4th and 6th, which gave us 20 points, which moves us closer to Mercedes. And we extend our advantage over Ferrari. 0.95 was the quickest stop we had, or 0.79 for George, so that's nice. Really, really good stop. 1.4 million came from this race weekend. We have the facility weather centre refurbishment complete. And we have the boardroom facility upgrade complete and a chassis manufacture. Right, sponsor plan. Target thoroughly achieved. So we got our money. Xavier Marcos Padros is 90 rated now.